the youngsters smashing it on the WTA Tour. This year, more than ever before in recent history, has seen a wealth of young talent break through into the top echelons of the WTA rankings. Young players aged between 18 and 21 who are taking on the established guard and more often than not beating them. Names such as Victoria Mboko, Mira Andreeva, Iva Jovic, and Alex Eala are becoming household names amongst tennis fans across the world. And with it, they are generating a new generation of tennis fans who are excitedly following their national sporting heroes on their tennis journey. Currently, as the Miami Open draws to a conclusion, one youngster leads the way. Victoria Mboko is setting the standard for the others to follow. Ranked number 9 in the world, her tennis is now challenging the very top of the world order in women's tennis. The other young players would do well to take a leaf out of her book. After all, this is the player that is likely going to be the barrier between them and the biggest titles in 5 to 7 years' time, when all of them reach their career peak. What sets Victoria Mboko apart from the others? At present, she is winning more matches at the highest level. If you take a look at her results since last summer, her progress has been impressive. Since August 2025, Victoria Mboko has won 38 matches and lost just 10. That is a 79% win rate. In this time, she has won the WTA 1000 title in Montreal, as well as the WTA 250 Hong Kong Open title in November. This year has already reached 2 further WTA finals in Adelaide and Doha. Amongst her victories in this time includes Elena Rybakina twice, Coco Gauff, Amanda Anisimova, Mira Andreeva, and Naomi Osaka. Beating the elite repeatedly has only increased her confidence. Her losses are rare, and when they happen, they tend to be against high-ranked players. Players ranked outside the top 20 are seemingly no longer a match for Mboko. So what are her strengths? The serve is an obvious place to start. It is a weapon. She is serving aces 6.4% of the time. This puts her ahead of most on tour. Aces as a percent of all serve points: Victoria Mboko, 6.4. Mira Andreeva, 3.2. Iva Jovic, 2.9. And Alex Eala, 1.1. When it comes to holding serve, Mboko is winning nearly 75% of her service games. Over the last 52 weeks, she is holding her serve 72.9% of the time. Her powerful serves are backed up by the speed gun. Her first serve is consistently over 110 miles per hour. Her top speeds are close to, if not surpassing, 120 miles per hour. Average first serve speed: Mboko, 112 miles per hour. Andreeva, 103 miles per hour. Jovic, 93 miles per hour. Eala, 91 miles per hour. On second serve, Mboko also has the advantage of greater power than her peers, serving over 90 miles per hour. This gives her a clear edge over most opponents, let alone those of a similar age. As with every young player, there is room for improvement. Mboko serves more double faults. Part of this comes with the territory when you are serving with more pace. Double faults: Mboko, 7.2%. Andreeva, 6.2%. Jovic, 3.3%, and Eala, 4.2%. Victoria Mboko has the advantage of an excellent fluid service action, which maximizes her power, aided by her superior body strength to most at the same age. She has the advantage of being taller than most at 1.78 meters tall. Andreeva and Eala are 1.75 meters tall, and Jovic, the smallest of the four, is 1.73 meters tall. Time and time again, Mboko is able to serve her way out of trouble on her service games and save break points with a big serve. Against the highest ranked opponents, this allows her to compete even when she is not producing her best tennis on return. This is the main reason why she has already beaten 5 top 10 players in 2026. When returning her opponent's serve, Mboko's stats are less impressive. However, when you consider that she can win a set, either breaking her opponent just once or even simply winning a tiebreak, this slight weakness is not really causing her too much difficulty in the majority of her matches. Interestingly, though, Mboko has not been able to break Makova's serve in the entire quarter-final match in Miami. On this occasion, she went on to lose the tiebreak and with it the match. Maybe room for improvement after all. Percentage of points won when return is put into play. Mboko 54%, Andreeva 54.6%, Jovic 56.6%, and Eala 54.7%. In terms of Mboko's ground strokes, her forehand is often the weaker side, producing more errors. In terms of potency, each player has a favoured side. Potency. Higher the number, the more potent the ground stroke. Mboko. Forehand 6.7, backhand 5.5. Andreeva. Forehand 1.8, backhand 6.5. Jovic. Forehand 9.9, backhand 3.3. Eala. Forehand 3.3, backhand 6.8. Ultimately, all four of these players have to learn how to compete at the highest level week in, week out. They have to learn to manage their bodies and ensure they don't burn themselves out. Gaining experience takes time. Mira Andreeva has been ranked inside the top 10 for nearly a year, and Mboko for most of 2026. They have the edge when it comes to playing the elite. In addition, they also have more experience of being hunted, players wanting to beat them even more than normal. One of the most significant challenges facing young players who rise up the rankings very quickly is that of expectation. Initially, they are unknowns, and players playing them for the first time are not sure what to expect. They play without any expectation, hit freely, and achieve noteworthy results in a short space of time. Emma Raducanu is the perfect recent example of a player who had an amazing 2-week period where she won 10 straight matches at the US Open to go from qualifier to becoming a Grand Slam champion. Suddenly the world was talking about her as a tennis superstar, and from that day she suddenly had to play with expectation. Every bad result was under huge media scrutiny. The pressure of performing took on a whole new meaning. In varying degrees, every young player who rises up inside the top 50 in the world, or even higher, will come under more scrutiny than before they reach that milestone. It comes with the territory of being successful on the court. The ability to sustain a high level of performance depends a lot on the mentality of the individual player. Are they able to stay in the present, stay grounded, and essentially stay the same person despite all the noise and attention around them? Having good people in their corner and managing their time so they maintain a sensible balance to their lives is important. Even this season, the pressure occasionally spills over to the court. Mira Andreeva in recent weeks has been visibly upset on court and struggled with her emotions. Sometimes having the time to develop is taken away by the media who scrutinize every move or action a player makes. Regardless of the noise, all these young players are going to peak in a few years' time. They are still developing and learning. Sensible people will acknowledge this and allow them to make and learn from their mistakes. It is, after all, the most powerful way of learning. Certainly both Victoria Mboko and Alex Eala appear to be managing the noise around them very well. Since the Australian Open, Iva Jovic has begun to feel a different level of expectation on her shoulders. Every win is somehow harder to achieve in this period until the player gets used to their new level of attention. Mira Andreeva has won a title in 2026 after a difficult end to 2025. Her rivalry with Mboko in particular has moved on apace after playing her 3 times in a quick succession in 2026. The last stat to highlight across these 4 players is that related to the number of winners and unforced errors they are each making in every match. These percentages are a significant indicator of progress over time. Percentage winners and percentage of unforced errors per point. Mboko, winners 14%, unforced errors 19.9. Andreeva, winners 15.8%, unforced errors 20.2. Iva Jovic, winners 14.6%, unforced errors 19.8%. Alex Eala, winners 12.8%, unforced errors 17.8%. And when we compare this with Aryna Sabalenka, winners 18.4%, unforced errors 15.5%. All four players are similar in that they hit an average of 5% more unforced errors than winners. Compared to the world number one, the ambition is very clear. To be the best, you need to hit more winners than unforced errors. Over the next 5 years or so, Victoria Mboko, Mira Andreeva, Iva Jovic, and Alex Eala all have the same challenge: how to balance attack versus defense on the tennis court, when to go for their shots and take on the first strike in an attempt to win the point, and when to rein back and instead try to force their opponent into making an error. Each of them has to make hundreds of decisions on the tennis court. It is their tennis brain that will be their greatest asset as they continue on their professional tennis journey. With young tennis players of this quality on the WTA Tour, one thing is clear: the future of the game is in good hands. Good luck to them all.